Okay, you can also use Dash and Dot when teaching about coding. And right here we have Dash. When you turn him on, he lights up and he's excited to start coding. And you will sync this with an iPad, and on the iPad there are 4 different apps that I use when students are learning how to code. And there are basic apps like Path, where you're just drawing a path and then he will follow the path you draw, but there's also an app called Blockly that you can use, and you can see that you'll just drag the different codes there, and then when you play he will do the different commands that you've told him to do, that you've coded him to do. So this is another option you have for learning or teaching students to code in the Media Center. All right, these are Ozobots, and Ozobots are a great engaging way for young students to learn about coding and what coding is. It kind of starts with the basics of what it is. You will actually use markers to draw, and then the robots will follow the path that you've drawn. And I've drawn a couple for you to see beforehand, and you just click the sides to make it start, and it follows whatever you've drawn. There are some booklets that come with the Ozobots, and you can even print things out from online that give codes. And if you look at the codes, there are like turbos, nitro boosts, turns, different things that you then draw on the path to make the robot do different things. So for example, on here I put a nitro boost. So here it goes, it reads the code and then it sped up. Something fun that we decided to do, or even some students actually had this idea, is they started a race. So they had a start line and a finish line, and then they drew lines and they coded throughout the way. And then they can put the Ozobots on there and they will race through the path that they've drawn, that is going to read the different things and race through. But this is just a basic way that students can start learning what coding is and how to code. Hi, this is Casey Crumbly again, talking about how to use coding in the Media Center. So code.org is the most basic way that I use coding in the Media Center. And I've taught classrooms how to use it in sessions where they come to see me. And we also have a coding club once a month where students will come and they'll get on code.org and complete different assignments or play different games. And I've posted about it on our Google Classroom as well, so students could start even before they came and heard the introductory of how it works. But to begin, it's just like I said, code.org, and then students will go to sign in to create an account. And there are a couple ways they can create an account on here. They can click the blue button to create an account from scratch, or if you've already set up a classroom account, you can give them a 6-letter section code that they put in here to join the classroom that you have set up. Or something I had students do in Henry County, we all have Google accounts. So I directed them to go and sign in with their Google account. And if they clicked that, it was already linked when they were on their Chromebooks. So it will depend on how your county has things set up for how you would like them to do it. And so I have this brought up so you can see that on their Google Classroom for the Media Center, I put a little blurb about it, and then I had them see a picture, and it's not pretty, but it gets the point across that I did not want them to put all their information in, but instead I wanted them to click sign in with your Google account. But like I said, it will depend on your county, and I put the link there as well. But when you create a teacher account, over here I already have all my information saved, so if I just go to sign in, this is going to be my teacher account. It looks like they've done some updates, but I can see different things going on. Like I have different classes of students, and they have different courses that I had them working on. And here, like I said, it's the login information where you could just tell them that code to sign in. And many of these are older classes that I've not used lately, but you can see their progress in the course, and if they need to repeat certain tasks when you're in this. I don't think it's going to show up because I've not used this one in a while. I'll show you something else I'm doing. And right here, it even lets you see like the teacher view. I like that it does this because a lot of times it's hard to imagine what the student is seeing, but then the student view, and when they go to play, it will start off on 1, and once they complete this, they can go to the next, section. It progresses them. But here it gives some directions about by dragging the save block out and connecting it to the bottom of win run event. So don't forget to type hello inside. Okay, so it wants them to drag this here, and then it says when run, actor 1 says, and then right here type in hello. Drag the save block here, type hello, okay. And then they would run this, and it has the character do the command that they have coded him to do, and now they've completed one part. And it will walk them through, giving them directions on now it wants them to do something else. So this is just the student view of how it's set up and how they get basic directions on how to learn how to code. Now, the other thing that I've done this year is instead of having them enroll into my class, and this is up to you, but now that I have the entire school getting on here, you can actually just direct them to go to the hour of code at the bottom. Well, I want it to be the what they see when they first get on here. Let me log out. So I want you to see that they don't have to log in. It could just be that they go to code.org and then they scroll down to where it says hour of code. This is what I do most of the time. I just have them go on, go to hour of code, and there are tons and tons of games that they can choose from to learn how to code. And it's going to be similar to what we just did with the Ice Age, but it will have different characters, or it might be totally different than the one we saw, but there will be different things here. I know the one is extremely popular with my coding group. I think it will be at the bottom. It's called Bitsbox. There it was, actually. It's called Bitsbox, and it's set up to look like they are coding an app, and it's extremely simple. I showed them all how to do it when they came in. So right here, they have to actually type exactly what it's saying. And students are so clever. They will figure out how to just copy and paste, which is extremely lazy, but it's just so them. So then you press this, and then I'll have to change it to tan so they can see that whatever I'm telling it to do, the app is then doing it. So I try to explain that this is how apps are created, is that there's coding behind everything to make certain things look the way they look. It's like computer language is what I tell them. But, so we have this. Now click the pie. So if I click here, it will explode. And they love this because it directs them into making homework. I think it was homework. And then, oh no, I need to fill the back with a color. And then this part is, I think they can insert homework and then make their homework explode. And they think that is hilarious. Yeah, like they think that's hilarious. There's also one part where it directs them into putting like a toilet in there. And then they put their homework in there and they flush it down the toilet. So these are like the very basics of learning to code, but it's perfect for starting out in the Media Center. It's a choice. I have stations, and this is a choice they can go to when they visit me, but it's also, like I said, a coding club, and they can do it on their own using Google Classroom anytime at home. So these are just the basics of how you could start teaching students how to learn to code in the Media Center. I hope you've enjoyed this brief explanation. Thank you.